Tuesday, 9/13, the 14th of January. And I'm going to show you something. I just learned this morning because you know what? I got frustrated because everybody on Facebook is always selling. You get on there and they said, send me your logo and I'm going to make a design for you. Right? You see all this all the time. So we'll see if it works right now. But this is called, let me pull it up. Hey, Orson, you're going to get a trip if this does. All right, and this is called Gemini. This is Gemini by Google right here. And this is all I'm going to do is talk into it and ask what I want to do, what I want to see. So we'll see if it works for the first time. Here it goes. Hold on. Hey, Gemini, I need a logo of a zombie wearing a cowboy hat for a haunted house logo that I need. Sometimes it'll give it to me and sometimes it won't. It just depends. Sometimes it gives me an excuse that it can't. So I would grab that and use it on something. Okay, so let's try something different. Here we go. Let's change the subject. I own a junk removal service called Junk Guys. Can you show me a new logo for my business? I'm located in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Can you make me a logo for the Dallas-Fort Worth area and kind of incorporate the city with my logo? The name of my business, again, is called Junk Guys. And this is the first time I've done this, so we'll see if it comes out with anything. And I don't know if the guys that are selling those logos do this, what I'm doing here. I have no idea if it works, but we'll try. Well, that's horrible. Let's see. Can you give me a revised version of this? Okay, so I can virtually ask it what to do, and it just does it for me. It's really weird. And that's how I got my logo. That's how I got ended up getting my logo for, oh shit, hold on, let me admit, Brandon. And this is what it is. If it doesn't want to give you anything, this is what it says. See this? It says that it's still learning certain kind of images, it can't. So does anybody want me to try to ask it for an image or anything like that?
I ask it to make a bald eagle eating zombies at your haunted house.
Got it. Hey, Gemini, can you make me an image? I'm sorry. Let me rechange that. Can you make me an image of a bald eagle eating zombies? And can you make it haunting with like a theme from a haunted house or something like that? That'd be crazy if it just shows a big old fucking eagle eating like some things, you know? And sometimes it recognizes and sometimes it doesn't, you know? Sometimes it doesn't. Let's see what it does. Oh, see, it won't do it. Anyway, you got the idea. It did give me this, the zombie there. I asked it, you know, can you give me a zombie wearing a cowboy hat and then put a hallway of refrigerators next to it and be sure these refrigerators have blood on top of them. Also, this is for a website logo. Oh, shit. I'll show you some of the previous images that it did for me. Well, this is kind of trippy shit that it did. Okay, never mind that. Fuck that. Here we go. So I asked for a hallway of refrigerators earlier. It kicked that out for me. It kicked out some commercial ones. This one was the cool one that it did. There's another one. I like that one a lot. This is the one I chose, but it just kept on spitting out stuff, and I kept on asking it and adjusting it because we use refrigerators and stuff. So these are just some of the images. And here I gave it a detailed, I like broke it down to them how I wanted it. That one's pretty cool. Look at that. That was pretty cool. So anyway, if you got Gemini, you're looking for a logo, boom. That's the way to do it instead of paying somebody to do it. Yeah, stuff like that. So does anybody ever use Gemini? I'm the only person that uses Gemini.
Anyway? Oh, I use it all the time.
Okay, okay.
But I also have a graphic designer that does all my stuff. He does amazing work.
Yeah, well, you don't need it anymore, dude. It just, you have to give it a detailed. I wasn't given a detail, but if you get detailed and you tell them exactly what you want, it spits out exactly what you want. I've used it so much lately that it doesn't want to spit out anything to me right now. And I think tomorrow it'll reset itself where it starts giving me stuff again, because it did this last night to me. All right, so Marco called me, and he asked me to do an estimate for a piece of property that he's trying to get. I'm going to show everybody the video of it. It's pretty cool, actually. And let me get to my messenger. So he just asked for advice to help him with this estimate. That's all he did. And I'm pulling it up right now. All right, here we go. So check it out. Everybody take a guess what y'all thought. We got the chat down there. Just hit the chat whenever I start playing it. And then we'll see where we're at. Okay, so this is a big job, of course. It's a really big job for them too. So I'm going to play it right now. Here we go. I don't think there's volume on this. Oh, yeah. So it's a big warehouse. And every one of those have paper. They digitized everything. And they're getting rid of all the hard copies right now. There's even a donation box in there. Mattress up there. Those things are like 13 feet high. They got to take those down. The whole place has to be emptied out. The whole place has to be emptied out. Chairs, shelving, wooden shelving, metal shelving. Haunted house plant. Cabinets, metal shelves, and he'll show you every one of those pieces, those boxes up on the ceiling have paper in them. They're like shoe boxes, and they have paper in them. Every one of them does. So this will give us an idea of. Whoa, what's this? Hello? What? Okay. Someone called me and said I suck. Needs to be done in a week. I think that's Marcus' dad. Oh, look, haunted house, Maddie. Orson, you see it? Haunted house, right there.
It's 100%.
Mm-hmm. You imagine, Orson, if we had those shelvings, we'd stack the shelving on top of each other. Hallways. Look at that.
We would use all of this in the haunted house.
All of it, dude.
That's what's so awesome about it, is your dump fees go to basically zero.
Yeah. Even the boxes with paper in them, right, Orson?
Everything would get used. Everything.
Everything.
And what wouldn't get used would get put outside and be gone tomorrow.
Yeah. You should have seen the shit I put out there today, Orson. Jesus. Look at those haunted house lights.
That's a good haunted house lamp right there, yep.
There's a hallway already ready for us. Okay,
Honestly,
so
bro,
give you an
could
idea.
just put a sign haunted house outside the door and your haunted house is already built right there.
Yeah, his dad actually said that. Check this out. Damn.
Fuck that.
Damn, I know.
All that weight, man.
So much weight. That is so much weight.
So he told me this.
Weight.
He told me
Oh.
this. He said that he'd drive it down the street and drop it off at the paper place. And they wouldn't charge him. They pay him for all the paper. I was like, are you serious about that? He said, yeah, it's all of it, dude. He just drop it in there and they recycle it. So that's that video. And there's just one more. It's just short. It's kind of the same thing. It's not a big deal.
This is the same video?
No, it's a different video. It's a different video. It's a different video. Just a little different from the other one. Gives you a little bit more details, and that's it.
This is still the same shed?
Yeah, it's the same one, yeah. Yep. He just came back around and go ahead, Brandon, what's up?
I'm always curious about the keyword that maybe, I don't know who you said got this job, but the keyword that prompted this business or this warehouse to call that the junk removal service. Warehouse clean out, warehouse clean up. Like what's the origination here?
Okay, so good. I'm glad, great question. So Brandon wants to know how they got the job and what was the keyword. So I asked him that. He actually had a previous business, right? And this guy had hired them off the previous website that they used, not the Junk Guys website, but the previous website, and couldn't find them anymore because the website's gone. So then he found them using the Junk Guys RGV website, and then picks up the phone, calls them. He Googled their name. Marco's name is what he told me. He Googled Marco's name, and it just came up Junk Removal. He typed in Marco Junk Removal. He knew Marco from a previous job, and then it sent him to the Junk Guys website. And he asked him to change your name. All right, there it is. So it wasn't anything that was like googly boy. You know what I mean, Brandon? I think that's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything.
Absolutely.
Oh shit! You're right. You're right, Alex. The guy who just called me and cussed me out just a while ago when I was talking to y'all was a logo designer, and he saw me on YouTube, and he just hung up on me. Wow, I didn't put it together. That's probably what it was, because I was making fun of logo designers. You're probably right. That's probably what it was. Well, there you go. Okay, so let's talk about pricing. Let's talk about pricing and how would we do this job? Okay, how would we do this job? Let's go to somebody that. Let's go to Orson. Let's start with you, Orson. How would you do this job? I'm just going to point out a few people. What do you think?
Do it. I mean, definitely not by myself. I'd probably call like 3 or 4 other people to help me out.
Is that it?
What do you mean?
Well, what kind, are you going to use dumpsters, your vehicles? What are you going to do? Are you going to contract to other people, or what's up?
Yeah, I think that other people. I think that because at first I was thinking you could run a dumpster, but you would still need a ton of people to move the stuff into it. So, like, say this job would call you, Brandon, Maddie, everybody else in the area. You all show up with like your trailers, and then we all together load up one trailer. Then we load up the next one, then the next one, then the next one, then the next one, and so forth till it's done. But that is a lot of paper. That is a lot of weight.
A lot of weight. Hey, Rick.
Probably like one dumpster specifically for the paper, so you could take it to that paper. One company. Specifically for metal, one for this.
What's your price?
Yeah, what is the price?
Man, I have no idea. That is a big job.
Orson do that shit for 10 grand, dude.
Oof. I don't know about 10. I don't know if I'd make any money at 10 grand.
Hell no, you wouldn't.
That's too much weight.
I think you definitely make money at 10 grand.
You think you could do this in a day? Would it get done in a day, or you think you take two?
No, because
right?
I looked at it and told him he couldn't do it in a day because I don't think I could do it in a day. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure.
I think that's a 2-day minimum job for
Yeah.
sure.
Let me get Rick's opinion because Rick, you've been in the business for a long time. How long do you think it'd take you to do a job like this, Rick?
If I did it by myself, it's just me and my wife, it would take me several days. I'd probably involve other guys or hire some people. If I could hire somebody, I'd probably do a day or two, but I would probably do something like, not only would I have my truck, I'd probably rent a U-Haul or something. Just especially for all those, because if I was in your position, of course, like you just talked about, all those file cabinets would be used for the haunted house. All those shelves would be used. So it's just a point of getting them to point A to point B. And I think I would utilize something like that and get them all loaded in there, because you could stack high in one of those. But if I brought in some other people, probably a couple days.
Rick, even the thought of you using your wife to help you out for this.
I wouldn't be able to keep her away. That's just how she
Ouch.
is.
I know your wife's a hard worker, but don't even think like that, bro. This is going to take you, your wife, and like
No,
6 other people, bro.
oh, I would never do that on my just her and I. No way. I've actually turned down jobs like this. We had an office space that was like 40,000 square feet, and it was ripping down cubicles, and it was doing all this stuff, and it was going to take us like an entire week, and the resources going. Plus, the thing was like almost an hour away, and I went over there to give a quote. And I just eventually, after I thought about it, I emailed him back and says, "Yeah, just take me out of the lineup on this one." I don't know. I know my limitations, and I've got enough jobs throughout the day to keep myself busy. And I know making big money, big jobs is what we all want. But I don't know. Sometimes these big jobs just drain me too much, and I can keep up in other ways.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I wouldn't tackle this with just her and I. No way. If I needed to, I'd hire temps. I'd get a U-Haul or two, and I'd hire temps, and I'd fill them up that way, and I'd find a way to keep them busy while I'm, or no, actually go with me and take them to where we're, in my case, it'd probably be taking them to a metal place or something. But it'd take me a good day if I had about 5 or 6 of us.
So how much, Rick?
For that one, probably about 15.
That's a good number, actually. Maddie, what do you think, Maddie?
On that, dude? Shit. I'm calling everybody and their mom, dude. Come out and help. We're going to knock this bitch out in one day, all right? All right. That's what we're doing. I'm going to have, I think I'm going to, I don't know. I have you, so I would, I'd have you figure out the metal situation.
Okay.
All right. Because I could get 3 guys over there and it'd be gone. I get rid of metal like it's nothing over here. I don't even touch it. So I think I do it in one day at 25.
Okay. First of all, Maddie, I couldn't do it in one day, brother. Okay.
Dude, I think we get everybody and their mom that we know. We get as many people as we can out there that you know, that I know. Everybody brings their shit, and we knock it out, dude.
How many machines do you think we need in this? My boy,
Like,
the machine.
At least 10, bro. 10 machines, dude. That shit I know how heavy paper is. That shit is heavy. You can't even put those damn fucking filing cabinets on a dolly. They're too heavy. You got to get rid of some of the paper before you get it on a dolly.
No, I think you got to empty out all the paper and put them in bins, plastic bins. So you got to have a shitload of plastic bins. You know what I mean? Brandon, what do you think, Brandon? What do you got here?
Yeah, I'm thinking 15. I'm agreeing with that number. But you also got to account for the fact that he said that you can get paid for the paper recycling and also the metal recycling, but there was also maybe like 5 or 6 loads worth of just junk that needs to go. So that would offset it. And I think the key point that was mentioned was it has to be done within a week. So you've got a week, not that you lollygag. And so I'm thinking like 2 to 3 days at 15,000. And even if you pay half of that out to the help that you're providing,
Right.
7,500, but you're also getting, you've got to make it clear that you're going to get all the funds for the paper recycling, the metal recycling. That goes to you because you got the job.
Right.
So if you've got all these companies you're working with, and you know that, how much to pay you for your day, and if it's 500 or 800 for 3 days straight, I mean, I think a lot of people are going to jump on that, but you're still going to make money.
Yeah. Indio, could you do a job like this?
Yeah, I mean, if I got coordinated with Henario and maybe Titan, I know one other guy, but yeah, we can probably knock it out. It'll probably take us about 2 to 3 days. I'll probably be at the same number. As far as the paper, if there was a paper recycling, I know we have a couple of them over here. I would definitely do a 40-yarder, put that in there, see if we can recycle that, or stick it in, get a 26-foot, something like that. Whatever's, the least pain resistance, probably be a dump. And then recycle the metal, also like a 40-yard or 2 or a 26-footer, put it in there. And yeah, I would say 2 to 3 days. And that number sounds reasonable. I would stay with that number. What's that? I don't see that.
Nobody can see that? Can you read that, Maddie?
Yeah, quit taking shit on us logo designers. That's what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
Well, Ricardo likes to stir the pot, doesn't he?
His grammar's terrible.
Terrible. Alex, you were right, Alex. Alex was right. So James is at $25,000 and $30,000. So what James is trying to do is buy a house immediately afterwards. He wants a.
I'm right there with him, dude.
There's no way you're going to get that job of that much. There's just no way. No way. That's way too much. Honario, what do you think?
I think that paper is freaking heavy. To move all that, it will take more than a day. I don't care how many people you damn got.
Right.
The shells are really tall, so you're gonna need some kind of forklift or something to help you get up there. Second of all, I've never recycled paper, so I guess I have to figure that out. But I definitely call Indio and my homie from Junk to Go in Brooksville to come out and help out with the job. Definitely get it done, but I would definitely hit them high. I don't know, maybe 17, 20.
Let me ask you something, Mario. Would it be worth to you to even recycle the paper or just drop it in the landfill?
No, man, that damn paper is super damn heavy, man. That shit is super. I would recycle it. I recycle all the concrete I pick up, so I would definitely recycle the paper.
Yeah,
I don't know. Have you ever done anything like that? Like moved a large amount of paper?
Not that much paper. Like half of that paper. And I was going to recycle it. I remember loading one full trailer worth of paper, and I was going to recycle it. When I got to the recycling to get paid, because they don't pay you shit. It's like a ton is like $14. It's like the money doesn't even exist, right? And I went over there, and there was like 6 people in line, and I said, "Screw this." And the first person was already up there for 30 minutes. And it seems like it'd be so easy, but it's not. So we went to the landfill instead. We went to the landfill and just dumped it all at the landfill. It just wasn't worth it. I think I paid like $180, but it was a huge job, so I didn't care about paying $180. You see what I mean? When I'm making so much money, it doesn't really matter. It was about the efficiency if I was moving fast enough. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit there and wait 3 hours. In 3 hours, I could do 2 loads to the landfill. I'm trying to get this job done.
Yeah. I never, like I said, I never recycle paper. To recycle concrete, it's nothing. Go in there, They weigh you in on the way in, and they weigh you on the way out, and they give you a receipt, and they send you about your way. So I'd have to figure out, how long it would take, I guess, to take a load or whatever to the recycling place. Probably a U-Haul would be better, but I would definitely not go to the dump since they doubled the dump fees here in Tampa since October.
Why? Because of the hurricane or what?
Now they build a new facility. Shit, I've been dumping for free for the last 3 months, but
Yeah, you mentioned that to me. I remember. How's your store doing anyway?
store's doing good. Yep.
You making money?
Oh yeah, always.
You buy a Lambo yet?
No, not yet.
I know you didn't buy a
He's gonna
Chevy.
offer some classes.
What'd you say,
What's that?
Freddie? I don't know what he's saying.
He's about to offer a class course
Yeah,
on how to be a junk removal billionaire.
We're loose
Right.
and have weigh 25, 50 pounds. So a 15-year trailer will weigh about 3,700 to 7,500 pounds. Well, that's a loose fucking number, Orson. 4,000 to 8, almost 4,000 to 8.
That's what Google said, bro. Talk to Google about it.
You better AI that shit because that number's like anywhere between. I mean, come on, look at the number. You're off by 4,000 pounds. Any way you look at it,
I mean, that's what Google said. I don't know what to
If
tell
it was like 37 to 47, yeah, I would understand. I guess they're averaging,
I guess
yeah.
you gotta guess high, so you just have to assume that your trailer full, if you have a 15-yard trailer, is gonna be 7,500 pounds. So if you don't have big axles like me, I couldn't even fill my whole trailer because it would collapse in on itself.
Very
My
true.
max capacity is 4,000 pounds, I think.
Yeah, very true, very true. I mean, you know how my F450 runs? Hell, I can barely put a ton in that bitch. It goes 10 miles per hour up a hill.
You gotta whenever you do paper, concrete, tile, things like that, you gotta remember you can't fill the whole thing up all the way.
Yeah.
And so your full trailer load price, that like say it's 400 for me. Now I gotta think, okay, now half of my trailer is $400 because this stuff is just too damn heavy.
Better hope you don't do that shit on a rainy day.
Yeah, Robert just said the same thing. Boy, you do that on a rainy day,
You is fucked.
you is fucked. That's very true. Very true. What's the most? Let me ask this question. Everybody can chime in on this one. What's the most weight you've ever done, like on a basic trailer? And we're talking about a flatbed or a lift trailer, not a huge, huge one, like something that Rick has, something that Rick has, something that Maddie has, a flatbed. What's the most? Okay, there is no way you did 44,000 pounds. You used some kind of big old machinery, dude. There is no fucking way I'm going to believe that. What did you use, Fred?
Yeah, my roll-off truck.
Fred, I just told you. A flatbed or something like Rick has. That was the first thing I said because I knew you were going to say something like this. 22 ton. You had 44,000 pounds?
I've maxed out my trailer so bad where I broke the leaf springs.
How much weight was it, Josh?
It was I want to say it was like close to three or 4,000 pounds. It was I did a tree.
Wait a minute. You only have 2 tons on your trailer?
No, okay, so no, my trailer, so it maxes out at, so each leaf spring is 1,500 pounds, I believe.
Mhm.
So what is that? So it had to be more than that, but I broke my leaf springs in the back.
Damn.
You gotta have the picture of the trailer I got, right?
Damn.
Yeah, I've seen your trailer. Mine's almost identical.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have the walls, right?
So I have 2. I have one that is a flatbed, like the one he has, and then I have the one that has the cage.
And which one do you use the most, Josh?
I like using the cage one because it looks a little bit more professional.
Okay.
So I use that one, and then I have signs on it too. So
Okay. All right, Rick, what do you got, Rick?
Well, I'm real cautious when it comes. Mine's a dump truck, as you know, and I'm real cautious with mine because there's a couple of considerations. Normally, let's say I go on a job and we completely fill it with trashing out a house. I pretty much know if I fill that entire 20 cubic yards, I'm going to have at least 2 to 2.5 tons in there.
Right, Rick. Right. I agree
Right.
with that.
Right.
You have
So-
the long one. You have the long one, right?
Yeah, I have a 20 cubic yard. It's I can put a lot in there, but I tell you what, if I get up to 3 or 4 tons, it's to me, it's more than just the axles. It's what my hydraulic lift's got to do to get that up and dump it. So I'm one of those that I'll split it up, or I don't do inert materials. I don't do the concretes and the dirt and the rocks and all that, just for that very same reason. I'm just, my equipment's too important for me to take the chance of ruining something. So if I know it's going to be way too heavy, I don't even mess with it.
Yeah.
Plus it takes my back to get it in there.
Yeah.
So-
No shit. Brandon, you had 10,500 pounds on what, dude? That trailer that you had?
It was my small trailer, the 12 cubic yard.
Yeah.
It was 3/4 tile, and then the rest was carpet. It was in Allen. I drove it to the Melissa landfill. It was a $395 rental, and it was almost a $300 dump fee. And then anything over a ton gets charged back to the contractor. And so I charged it back to the contractor. I paid for 1 ton. It was a little sketchy with the F-250, but not a problem at all.
Holy fuck.
And then on top of that, right next to me, a dump trailer. It was a new contractor, the first time they've ever been in the landfill, and they couldn't dump their trailer. They were pushing the button, it wouldn't work. They asked for a jump. I turned around after I dumped my 10,500 pounds and faced them, and we connected the battery to the battery. Still didn't work, and they were like, "We got to call a warranty."
Fuck.
So
They
you got
so you have a
stories like
dump
that in the
trailer.
landfill. Yeah, but he had a new dump trailer and it didn't work.
When you did the 10,000, you had a dump trailer.
Yeah. All I have is dump trailers.
Yeah.
How do you make sure that they pay you for the extra weight? Because what if they just didn't pick up the phone once you left?
You're asking me
Yeah, Brandon.
if they didn't pick up the phone? They always
No,
pick up
because
the phone.
like,
They always,
so you charge them $395, but then you charge them additional after the first ton, right?
yeah. I mean,
But you
I
don't
can
know.
send you the screenshot of this if you want me
No,
to.
no, no, no. I just mean like, how do you make sure that they pay you for the extra weight?
Yeah.
Keep a credit card on file.
They understand that I cover 1 ton, and then if there's any additional on top of that, which I mean they know my trailer's being filled 3/4 full with tile and then carpet on top of that, and I send them a picture of the receipt as here's the dump fee and here's what I cover and here's going to the Melissa landfill, it's $50 for a ton, so $250 is being charged to you, and then I send them a Venmo request or an invoice or whatever they want, and then I get paid.
That's interesting. Very interesting. That reminds me what Rick was saying, that he takes care of his truck. Because I'm very delicate about what I put in any of my trucks and trailers, except the 550. I'll overload the 550 and just throw anything up there. But like in all my other trucks, I'm always careful. I try to keep the less weight I can onto those trucks. I mean, I think the truck, the trailer that I gave you, Maddie, I think the most I ever put on that was like 1,800 pounds. I never put weight on the trailer.
I'll show you. I'm downloading some pictures. I'll show you what I put in there.
Oh, man. Yeah, because I never put a lot of weight in those trailers. I'm just cautious about not picking up concrete. I think, Orson, you picked up something the other day that was really heavy, right? Like something that was crazy?
I picked up maybe like, this was like 2 or 3 months ago. I picked up like 9,000 pounds of tile. But I realized as soon as I loaded, I realized as soon as I started loading it that it was going to be a shit show. But I could tell that my trailer was going down. And so I was like, I got to do 2 trips for this shit. I can't do this in 1 trip. So I only loaded half. I got to the landfill. It was like it was 5,000 pounds. And I was like, yeah, I was right. I unloaded that crap by hand And then I came back and it was another 4,000 pounds. That was a mess of a job, but I learned that tile
How
is
much did
very
you
heavy.
charge?
How much did I charge? Not a
Yeah.
lot. Not a lot at all. I think it was
200
either
bucks.
$600 or $800. I think it was 600 though.
Oh my
It was
god.
not a lot at all.
He's
Yeah.
killing
Orson,
it.
that trailer I was talking about, I dropped it off for $395. I ended up with $550. I didn't touch anything. I just dropped it, picked it up, dumped it.
That's nice.
Is
That's
this an
easy.
Yeah.
advertising
And the
for
crazy thing is,
renting
because
a
the
dump
tile, it
trailer?
wasn't a storage unit. It was maybe like a 4x4x4 stack. Like it wasn't even a lot, but it just weighs so much. It was crazy.
Orson, I think it's time to get a dump trailer.
No, we're fine.
Yeah, I'm
We don't
good. I'm
carry
good with my trailer. I think
You know what's
there's maybe once a year. I'm like, I wish I had a dump once or twice a year, but for the extra cost and then the extra wear and tear on my truck, because I drive a
Oh,
1500, and I'm like, a dump trailer a dump trailer weighs about 4,500 pounds. My trailer I use now weighs 1,500 pounds. So that's automatically 3,000 pounds less that I gotta tow every single day.
There you go. I like that.
Well,
No,
Orson, some of the
that's
benefits,
crazy. You're double working. Crazy.
you know,
Crazy.
Orson, some of the benefits of a dump trailer. I mean, you don't need it in this industry, but I tell you what, if I had either a box truck or a trailer that doesn't dump, everything would have to be bagged or boxed or whatever in order to, because how are you going to get all that stuff out of there? I mean, I'm speaking of, I've only had dumpers, whether it was a trailer or, a dumpster or, but I tell you what's nice about a dumper is you can throw it in the way it is, go to where you're going, you're dumping, you're gone. You don't have to worry about how it goes in for the most part, unless it's liquid. You don't want to mess with that, but there's some benefits to it, but I think you got to go with what's right for your equipment. That's for sure.
Indio, you have a question?
Yeah, there's always been this controversy. I think there's one guy who was out here in Florida about he can unload as fast as somebody else with a dump trailer. So it's a controversy. Some people like it. It's simpler. Well, I know one thing is lighter. And I have both. I have the 16-foot manual and I have a dump. So I know I just use the bigger one more because I can fit more stuff and I can charge more. And yeah, there's been some moments where you got loose trash and you got to stay at the dump and just sweep it out and stuff like that. And it's a little bit more tedious, but yeah, it's just about the same.
I'll tell you something. Who in this group has an F550? Okay, John. Oh, Josh, the F550 I sold you. Fuck, Josh. Is that bitch still powerful or what? That thing's running?
Yeah.
God, that's awesome. And then, okay, so who has an F450? Nobody has an F450. Okay, so F450, I have a 450s and I have an F550. And I'm going to tell you, I do not pull dump trailers with it. I pull a flatbed or a enclosed trailer with it, and I unload by hand. And it's a testament to what happened the other day, Maddie, when we went to help you up and we saw Just Junkie, or what's Trash Junkie going into the landfill?
Yeah, dude. It's no difference.
Yeah, so he was going into the landfill, and me and Maddie, I was helping Maddie unload his trailer, and we were doing it by hand. And we had a full load, and they were in line. And we got in there at the same time because they were behind us. And we got in there, we parked, we started unloading the hand, and they got in line. And they were still in line. So we started unloading. We were going really fast because Maddie had to go and I had to leave. And we loaded everything. I looked back, and he was barely getting into the barn. He was barely pulling out at the same time we were leaving. So, you know what I mean? I had a lot of problems with my dumpsters. I had two of them. One was gooseneck and one was a trailer hitch. And I had them for before everybody even knew what these fucking things were. I had Texas Pride ones, and I didn't like them. They wore my trucks out. They wore my... See, here's what's going on with the people that just have them right now. Unlike Rick, I'm not talking about you, but I'm talking about people who have them and haven't had them more longer than 5 years. Okay. Once you have these trailers and you're pulling them for a long time, they're going to destroy your trucks. They will destroy your trucks. You have to have something powerful to pull these things for your trucks to last a long time. Now, I do know people that use like an F-250 to pull dumpsters and have them for a long time. Maybe they drive slow. Maybe the way, but maybe the way they use them is totally different. But I'm going to tell you something. These trucks have to be the big boys to pull the big trailers. And I mean, just empty, you're pulling 35 to 4,200 pounds just going down the street, and then you got to throw shit in it. You're automatically like 6,000 pounds. And that's just ridiculously crazy, man. That's just with the ton. And just imagine you put concrete brick and what you're asking your F-250 to pull stuff.
And the wear and tear is terrible because you're going to push it. You're going to push it to its limits.
That's one of the reasons I got out of dumpster rentals is I have the gooseneck roll-off dumpster system, and I have an F-350 dually. But after a while, I just it took it from being a nice truck to I felt like I was just beating it up, but it was one of the reasons I got out. It was just too much abuse on it.
Yeah, way too much abuse. God, it was horrible. My only truck that didn't ever have problem pulling was my F-550. And I knew my truck wasn't having a hard time pulling it, but I felt sorry for the F-550. And I just knew, you know what? I want my F-550 to last such a long time. I'm not going to pull shit like this anymore. And I disconnected and never connected it back. And I would use my F-350 to pull it, and it was still heavy. I was just like, damn, dude, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this anymore. And I ended up selling them and get rid of them. But it was crazy. You had a question, Mario, or what?
No, man, I'd rather break my damn truck than my damn back. Fuck that.
What?
Denario.
I'd rather break my damn truck than my back. I have 2 F-350s, and I'd rather break them than break my back loading and unloading that shit. I touch it one time loading it, and that's it.
Denario, let me ask you something.
Big trucks.
What's harder, to unload a trailer or to load the trailer?
Depends on what it is.
By hand. Let's fucking furniture. 90% of us do furniture.
Yeah, but I mean, like I do. I work for this guy that does concrete. I pick up concrete at least once a week for this plumbing company.
Okay, like you said, once a week. So that's 10% of your job site. So let's go to the other. Forget about the 10%. Let's just go to the other side. Okay, Hanario, is it if you're hand loading or unloading, which one's easier?
I'm sorry, repeat that again.
If you're loading your trailer by hand or unloading your trailer by hand, which one is easier?
It's unloading, obviously.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, unloading. Yeah. Help me out loading it. Give me a trailer that will go in the fucking house and take everything out and put it on there. Dude, unloading's not that bad, brother. Unloading's not that bad as much as people say it is. It's not that bad.
There's also a dump here. There's also like 3 dumps in the area, and one dump takes only nothing but dump trailers, like commercial dump trailers. And it's also the cheapest, and it moves the quickest instead of waiting at the other lines where all the hand unloaders are at, and all the guys that have these that do contractors, they gotta unload sheetrock and little debris like that forever. And also depends, like if we're doing a whole house clean out, I don't bag anything. I just put all the stuff in big trash cans, in the gray trash cans, and I haul them off and just dump them in the trailer. I don't have to bag them or do any of that crap. I just put a tarp on that thing and I ride out.
Roll off. My thing is I've always had that situation where people ask me, why do you hand unload? I've been doing this. You've been doing this for 17 years. You should know that. Dude, I've already been there. I've done that, and I just didn't like it. I didn't, you know what I mean? I just didn't like it. So they charge hand unloads $50. Alex, where's that at? It's crazy.
Here in Houston.
It's at your local massage place.
Yeah, I talked to some guys where they get kind of pissed off because they charge an extra $50. So if you're paying, let's say you're paying $150 for the load, you're paying an extra $50 because you have to hand unload. But they have a big piece of equipment that will scrape it off your trailer, but But the problem with that is now you take a chance on that equipment messing up your trailer.
You know.
Yeah.
No, when I started with the lawn trailer with 4-foot sides and hand loading and unloading, and just I got over that shit quick when I had to do, sheetrock and tile and all that, and I'm okay. I'll pass.
Maddie sent me a picture of his load that he took. That was here. It is. Look at this.
I pushed the limits on this one.
Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Let me scoot up. Let me scoot up a little. How much weight was this?
Oh my god.
I think it was 47.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's okay for that trailer. That's pushing it for me. Brandon, what's up? Tell me.
You're all about AI, but you're afraid of a button?
Of a what? Hey, look, this
You're
guy.
It was Gemini. It was Gemini AI, right? Make me
Yeah.
this picture. So it's all automated. Automation. A
Yeah,
button is automated, and you're afraid of that button, right?
Takes the fun out of it, man.
Look at this guy. Look this guy. The guy. What did you say, brother? Thanks, dude. Bye. It's the guy that called me a while ago. He keeps on calling me back.
What did he say?
He said, "Y'all are lazy motherfuckers that don't want to hand unload." He's talking about you, bro. About you, Henario, lazy motherfucker, and you too, Brandon.
I don't care. You can talk all you want.
Lazy is AI.
Oh, you're talking about that. You're talking. No, that's different, Brandon. That is totally different, bro. You think I'm Fred or something? You think I'm Fred?
Yeah, exactly.
What's going on?
That's funny. That's
What
hilarious.
about that truck, though,
The what?
I'm telling you, you guys are missing out on the dumpster gang. Give me a call.
Maddie, what did you say?
Look at your email, dude.
Let me see. What are we looking at? I see your truck. Maddie's little truck, little baby truck.
That's a badass truck, dude.
Whatever, dude. All right, guys, we're done, man. I'll see everybody next Tuesday night. We had a good talk. I'll get a better subject next time. We'll blabber our mouths off, okay?
What was the ending price on the warehouse bid?
Oh, the ending price was. I told him. Oh, by the way, here's what I told him. I said, if you want to get the job really bad, price it about $11,000 to $12,000. If not, it is a $15,000 job. I told him that. I don't know. I told him how the guy was talking. He said he was going to price it lower than that. He said he was going to price it lower. So I was just like, okay. So he's told me he would be at 11,000, under 11,000. What is this picture, Henario? What is it? What the fuck is this scenario? He said we're shit. He's talking about us. He's saying we're shit. That's what he's saying. Look at that. All these toilets and put the little shit. Those are little shit monsters, right, or something like that.
Emojis.
Yeah, the emojis. Cute, Mario. Cute. Everybody, good night, guys. I'll talk to y'all later. Talk to y'all next week, right? Have a good night.
Have a good one. Bye.